Greetings, I am live. And let's play a game together. Okay, so sometimes I think the stuff that we say at the beginning of these episodes, or like off in our body of work somewhere, should be collected somewhere to like, basically understanding our channel. But right now in this minute, I'm like, I don't care if it's super professional to have an intro title card or whatever.
Right.
If we don't get to say, greetings, I'm Liz and I'm Scandal, and in whatever mood we're currently in, and hassle each other in whatever way, that it's just not going to work as well. So pre-recording it, I don't think will ever fit our brand.
I don't think so either. It'd also be one of those things of just be like, I don't know, it's a nice thing to, like, for me as a watcher, sometimes just be like, I'm not watching a thing that I want to skip through. I'm watching something where people are,
Actually
engaged.
talking to me?
Yeah, and having a conversation. So, I don't know. I know everybody has different tastes, and that's fine. Some people go, oh, well, I like a specific set of expectations, and I know always what I'm getting into.
Yes.
But
I feel like we're consistent enough that if you're across the room and on comes in your media or someone else's, greetings, that you're gonna know what it is.
Right?
Even if it's not pre-recorded and we're about to laugh our butts off.
There's also that thing, though, too, that I will say, that has been a thing that I encourage other people to do, and I think is a really healthy behavior to get involved in. If you don't like something, walk away from it. You have the ability to do so. There is really, like, plenty of things, it's like in regards to media consumption, or basically even your entertainers.
Are you saying that if we're ever boring or offensive, they can leave?
Yeah.
It's true, guys.
It's true. You have
really
absolute permission completely to disengage. Now, you shouldn't need that permission, but it really is a thing that you're allowed to do. If
we've also given you permission to disengage with other things that make you unhappy as well.
Yes.
So if someone goes, why are you leaving, and trying to gatekeep your experience, you can say, Lies and Scandal told me it's okay.
It's okay. I have excuses from my nuncle and my aunt.
Yeah. Yes.
They say that it's time to leave.
My aunt and my nuncle have said, you know what? I have permission to leave. Here's my note from Lies and Scandal that says I may leave if I wish to.
Yes. And I understand not all situations work out like that, but it is a good thing of being like, you are the one who tailors your own experience online or in regards to the media that you interact with. As much as it feels like you have to engage with things, you have to do things, there really is a level of also you are really responsible, and I want to encourage that power that you really have of being able to walk away from things that hurt you.
And also to engage yourself elsewhere without needing to know what it is or what happened, and just being like, you know what, that made me unhappy, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so.
I would love that, as long as it's not too sweet.
All I have is liquid sugar. Do you want that?
Oh, I love that. Give it to me.
Perfect, but it's not the sweetened kind.
Oh, good. You know what I've always been confused by? Where people are like, here's the sugary thing, and let's add more sugar to the sugary thing.
I know.
And it's sugar, and you're like,
it's like sweet.
What?
Okay, so it's like Sunny D, sweetened orange juice.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, like, your orange juice is sweet.
Uh-huh.
And then you add sugar to your orange juice, and you concentrate the natural sugars of your orange juice down. So yeah. That kind of thing.
That's one of the things where we talked about in the previous episode, I think it was, of going, wow, high fructose corn syrup is a trip. Because it's really just adding way heavy concentrated sugar so much that other countries are like, you are a fucking drug. This is so intense. Damn.
Not too sweet. Noted.
So chocolate.
So chocolate doesn't have to be sweet.
50% cacao.
Yeah, 80% cacao is definitely not very sweet at all.
Right.
Mostly that's just bitter ass chocolate, okay?
Okay.
So if you like that, you should be good. Not just sweet.
I have to
noted.
say, like, when I was younger, I definitely preferred darker chocolates more consistently, but I still do to some degree. Mm-hmm. There's just a thing of where I've realized going, like, I really don't like it when it's like 80 or 90%, and you're like, woo, baking chocolate, yeah!
It's basically at that point just super bitter.
Uh-huh.
But also there's a texture thing for me because it gets very dry and powdery at that point too.
Yeah, it's really difficult to chew.
put anything in there to smooth it out and make it creamy, hence the milk chocolate thing,
right.
or make it melt in your mouth, which cacao doesn't actually do, it's a powder, is you have to have other ingredients. So if you're at 80%, and you want any sweetener or any like binding agent to keep your bar together, you can't, like, you have to balance very carefully whether or not you're gonna get any like.
Well, see, you need to understand that I want 60% aphrodisiac, not 90% aphrodisiac.
I see.
Well, because that's what cacao powders were used. So if you don't know, historically speaking,
in some places,
chocolate was used in many areas as basically an aphrodisiac. But considering, I think they actually say that chocolate has like natural caffeine and also has like natural alcohol in it, depending on how it's processed. But I can't remember.
No
it's okay.
idea. I would have to look it up.
And it also depends on your processes. So anyway,
not my specialty. But anyway, noted. I roll myself very carefully over to the mini fridge. I wonder why it's down on the floor. Because that'd be really easy to get to. If I was walking, I could squat down to it. But right now, I'm going to try and have to reach around my wheel.
Oh my god.
Awkwardly in a hospital wheelchair that's not meant for, long-term mobility. And try and open it into my leg. Or if I park my leg on one side of it and I have my other knee in front of it, maybe I can pull it open a little way and still lean forward without, straining my hip
We're
flexors
also
too bad.
talking about a normal 16-year-old kid who is most likely, probably in this writer's mind, they're just in a wheelchair, and just a wheelchair. Not all wheelchairs fit everyone, because there are adult-sized ones and there are child-sized ones.
They're actually, even at hospitals, there are a lot of different sizes that are adaptive to people's different sizes. And if they're, let's say the nurses are skilled and they chose one that's a good size for him and they didn't give him one of those, 1,000-pound capacity ones that he can, put 3 friends in next to him.
Oh my god, I remember when people would scoot around in those and they were so good. God, I remember the days when going to a hospital. Okay, so this is also coming from a doctor kid, where you could just go to a hospital and you just hang out. And now it's like, go to the hospital, you might get the plague. Except for the fact that if you also go to a hospital, you might have gotten the flesh-eating plague anyway, which is called MRSA and is very fucking scary. So it's okay, but it requires very specific...
I have very, very little hospital culture compared to you, for real. But I did see that two teens beside each other in the large-sized wheelchair, papping around with their feet.
That was so much fun!
Or both of them with both their hands on over to their right or their left-hand side, each rolling one wheel together.
And going, can we do it? And the other one just being like, I'm gonna start fucking with you.
And I'll just put on the brakes suddenly and we'll spin out, kind of thing. Abusing medical equipment, but having a great time at it.
Oh, well, it was also the thing you have to consider. So again, I'm a doctor's kid. My dad would go take stints at hospitals specifically to try to help, or also because that was just part of the job. That was what he had to do. That's what he just did. So I've had more it seems more casual in my child brain of it just going, we just go to hospital. That's what we're doing.
One of those things you just hang out and do. It's a family thing. It's like us going to the laundromat. There were all kinds of games and activities and things you do at the laundromat, and you probably never went to a laundromat in your life.
I have only really extensively been to the laundromat when I was an adult.
Okay, I have played hide and go seek in laundromats. I have put a friend in the giant industrial dryer. You don't turn it on. I was gonna say, I have.
Oh my god!
You don't turn it on.
You don't turn it on. The one asshole who turns it on. I'm sorry. You said what?
Yeah, that doesn't happen. Unfortunately, there's a cancel button, so it's fine.
Yeah, you really don't do it, guys. It's so fun. Those things become little ovens.
Okay,
they will hurt
you are
people.
talking about dangerous things, and we never had anybody get hurt ever, and played all kinds of crap there. We built tents across the washing machine.
Just because you didn't doesn't mean that somebody hasn't done it and really screwed somebody else.
And I think those are people that didn't grow up with laundromats. Those are people who didn't learn to play in them safely, and so they went it and did it as an adult, and they fucked themselves up. That's my opinion.
It's like people
who don't grow up by water. When they're an adult or a college student, they finally get around water, and then they just drown in the pool or get lost in the ocean their first day out, and they're like, the lifeguard saved me.
I'm learning the thing about riptides and what they look like. Oh yeah, different culture entirely.
And if you grow up around water, it's like me. I fell in the river several times as a kid, but it was never dangerous because I'd been around the river my whole time, my entire childhood. The same thing, even one time it was frozen over and I fell into the rushing current in the ice. It was no big deal. I just, turned over, grabbed the edge of the ice, pulled up onto the rocks, got out. Because you don't panic because you grew up with that shit. It's no big deal.
Well, I think the thing is where a lot of people were very confused about Russian vines or about Russian culture because they're dealing with frost and snow. And people are like, how the fuck do you do that? You're like, when you live with this, it doesn't matter.
You play games with it until you figure shit out because you're a kid when you grow up with it.
Well, and everybody basically teaches you the culture of that thing, and that happens all the time here in the United States too. Do you want me to go over there and choose?
Me having an existential wheelchair crisis at the basically you're like you're bad pathing in a video game. We just keep gently bonking into the fridge in different ways, trying to activate the hitbox to open it.
Do you know
and like the little thingy will not appear to open the fridge.
Right.
And so we just keep moving the characters, sliding them sideways, rolling them around, bouncing them crookedly. You're trying to bonk their leg.
Activate the button.
Rolls back, forth, and you're going, come on up here, button.
Interact button, where are you? No, actually, when she said that, do you know that sentence doesn't work so hard that my brain immediately yeeted me off into the thing of going, do you want me to head over to the vending machine outside? Because that sentence doesn't make any fucking... Do you want me to head over there where you are? It's not a...
Because
do you want to come over?
Fridge, yeah.
Yeah, do you want me to come over there and choose? Like, not a... like the language
it's distant. It's not joining you. It's over there, that other location.
Do you want me to head over there and choose? It's not a, do you want me to go over there? Do you want me to come over
to you?
Do you want me to come to
join
you and choose?
Do you
join
want me
you?
or
like,
just even less specific, do you want me to come choose? Or, shall I come take a look?
Yeah.
Like, it could be so much more. Do you want me to head over there and choose?
What?
Hi.
Rena really drugged.
Super drugged. I mean, she is really...
She's talking to the spirits.
Yeah, she does. Also, though, just watching you try 45 times to activate the hitbox of the, the interact button of the little mini fridge. Her going, do you need something?
I know how to speedrun this level. Let me head over there and choose.
So what you have to do is you have to back your wheelchair into the fridge, and that activates the...
And especially go into the corner.
Like,
you have to go into the corner.
This one's really broken. You back your wheelchair into the corner of the room next to it, and that activates the, interact button. What?
Through the wall.
Through the wall. It's great. You're going to be getting a soda from the neighbor's fridge, but it still completes the quest. On the other side of the wall.
Honestly, I love watching speedruns.
Okay.
And so if I can endorse any amount of speedruns at all, if you guys don't know what speedruns are, you will be in for a treat because they are hilarious. If you ever like video games ever and want to see basically games done really fast and also breaking them like crazy, sorry, I want to endorse
No,
this.
no, it's fine.
Because I think...
GDQ.
GDQ, so it's called Games Done Quick,
it's so good.
Is what the acronym stands for. And they do like charity streams for like Doctors Without Borders, which is a company that goes around and they subsist off of donations.
They do medical care for free all over the world for people who need it.
Yes, they do. And for places that really need it. And they've been doing a lot of stuff with COVID right now. And it's been super cool, let alone the fact that it's like, even if you just like games and like watching really skillful people who have broken games down to their bare essentials, or how to get from start A to the very end and beat it in the fastest way possible, it's super fun. Like,
or who just
ton of games.
Practiced really, really late moves. Okay, I just had this idea going. We should, if we could find one of these games that we knew wasn't that long, we treated the entire thing like a speed run, commentary-wise.
Oh
like,
my God.
all of your characters are trying to speed run through this, basically, or you're talking about made-up hacks and made-up, things that you would do, such as the refrigerator thing that you were talking about. So every piece of dialogue we read, we have to then interpret of how to get through this scene quickly based on GDQ standards.
Oh my God,
that'd be so much fun.
That'd be so bad.
That is a streaming goal I'm going to put up there, and we'll just pick one and do it one day once we get internet. That would be amazing.
Oh my God, that would be wild.
I love that we're on the internet talking to you about the fact that we don't have internet. Anyway, no. Trust me. I know what to get you to drink, and I have so many options in my private, personal, in-hospital room mini fridge.
Durian soda?
Oh my God!
So we've been watching Carol and Tuesday, and it's been a lot of fun because it's actually on Netflix, and it's been a very enjoyable experience.
I'm going to be getting you a ramen, of course, because they're not too sweet.
My God. Honestly, a lot of like Japanese treats, in my experience, for the ones that I've ever had from Japan, because I at one point, and this doesn't make me an expert at all, so I'm earmarking that, but when we had a Japanese foreign exchange student come over that was living with my family for a period of time for about a year, the treats that her mom would send her, they really were not super sweet, and I loved the crap out of them, and they were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
which
they were
is
really
why on the few occasions that I have made desserts that my good friend Scandal here has shared, they're like, it's not killing my face with sugar. I kind of love it.
Yes,
and I'm going, because I like more flavor than just sugar.
Yes.
So that's me when I bake. Anyway, I know what to get you to drink. Based on the 3 times that I've met you in the hallway, on the now unknown number of days that I have been here, I have got you to a T. I'm going to get you a Yoo-hoo because it's chocolate and not super sweet.
And also, it's got water in it, not milk.
I asked, okay, so one time at work, apparently this is story time with Liza's Scandal today. All right, we'll just put that up in the title because you know what? There we are. I'll say, but one time at work, they were all, one of the bosses was like, hey, I'm going to grab everyone a drink, right? What do you want? And I'm like, oh my God, I want chocolate milk. Like, that was just me, and he's just like, you want what? Like, everybody going, I want an energy drink, or I want, this other thing, or whatever. And he's like, anything non-alcoholic you want? And I'm like, I want chocolate milk. And he brought back a Yoo-hoo, which is water and chocolate, not milk and chocolate, and is very, very different than chocolate milk.
So,
and I appreciated the effort, but I was like,
there's no
I don't
milk
know
in
what
that
this
chocolate.
is. Yeah, there's no milk in this. It's like,
and you
it's
went,
like
what?
poor kid chocolate milk because you can't afford the milk, was what it was like when I drank it. And I never had a Yoo-hoo because I didn't really buy a lot of stuff when I was a kid.
It's one of those things that I have realized as an adult growing up that apparently I had rich people chocolate because, you put milk with chocolate and you have the really good chocolate. Like, even for, like, hot chocolate is what I'm also talking about. And most people are just like, why would you ever do that? And I was like, it happened all the time. You just put milk with your hot chocolate. The best hot chocolate is milk with your hot chocolate powder. Like, why? And they're like, it's already got dried milk in it. And I'm like,
and I grew up with you make chocolate milk with milk. And hot chocolate's made with water. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And chocolate milk's way more of a treat because milk is expensive.
Yeah, and my family was just like, what?
Yeah, anyway.
Which is really funny considering the
Rena,
fact that we so rarely ever had, like, high-end foods. It makes me laugh. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I trust you, mister. I don't know why, but the spirits say that it should be fine.
We get to see the other side of our room.
Whoa.
Kind of. That's our hospital bed.
That is amazing, and it's against the
the foot of our bed points towards our door.
Right.
And we're now on the left-hand side of our bed inside of our room.
Right.
So that means that when we're over here talking to people, like when the doctor was first talking to us in the first scene based on where this bed is right now and where that rail is.
Right.
We were sitting in a wheelchair or standing or something. So now all of their canon with being helped in and out of our bed for our sponge bath and stuff, our bed is turned the wrong way. And here's the damn curtain I was talking about. It's actually here.
Yeah.
So when Louisa did our sponge bath, we weren't even in our bed.
Ooh.
Because this is where the bed is.
This is where we should have been.
This is where we should have been because this is where the actual bed illustration is. So over there, unless there's a second hospital bed over here outside of the privacy curtain, and we've been using that one, and this one's over here unused for an like a non-existent roommate. And between the two of them, in an awkward dead space corner, because you're making like an elbow shape with the two of them, is your little mini fridge.
Great.
Okay, guys, I cannot believe that you would have two hospital beds in this room like that. So I'm saying that your words don't match your illustrations, and you only noticed later that the hospital bed was here, or you never noticed at all. You just panned over for a mini fridge, and Louisa really gave us a sponge bath, like, on a different piece of furniture that was not our bed.
Louisa, I'm going to put you up on the edge. You'll be fine.
We lean back on the headrest. That's actually a painting on the wall. You're in the visitor chair.
Child with dog gets an interesting view.
Oh my God. All right, so I'm just like, okay, giant continuity earmark right here, my dudes.
What I thought? Wait, what?
The one little edge of pigtail.
No, yes, absolutely. But one of the things that I thought was really neat, actually, in a hospital, it's a weird thing, I feel like.
Okay.
But I actually always really liked the paintings in hospitals.
I mean, different hospitals handle paintings very differently. Some of them are amazing, but some of them actually have art collections and stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I always really liked them, and I was always really, I don't know why, but they were just always fun to go run around in any of the hospitals that I had ever been in with my dad, of just sort of looking at the paintings. Like, a lot of hospitals, shockingly, have a shit ton of money poured into them, but, that's also not...
Yeah. I open the refrigerator and peek inside. I don't look. I just carefully open it slowly and lean around the side
of my
just
wheel.
In case. While I try not to knock over that's why the other bed is here, so I can support myself.
Oh.
While I lean over. It's just like basically a glorified railing. It's
okay, that makes sense.
I have lots of canned drinks in here for reasons. Is that a thing? Like they just offer you a like essentially free mini bar, non-alcoholic mini bar in some hospitals?
I've never heard of that again. That's why I was like, even the last time when they're going, they have a mini fridge, What?
I've never heard of that. I would love it if anyone's heard of that. That would be super cool. I think I am going to contact my relative who's a nurse and be like, you've worked in quite a few different hospitals across America. Have you seen this? And I'll have my friend, like, maybe inquire of their dad, because that would be super cool.
Perhaps.
Or we can ask the good old, relative Google. We have a great, knowledgeable relative named Google. You can find them online yourself.
I had a hospital.
All right. I have lots of canned drinks in here. Better not mess up my choice. Oh my God. Are we going to do a choice? See, here it is. He's warning us, letting us know what drink should I get her. So it really is Bean Breeze Goodness, Passion Fruit Bubble Tea. It's a bubble tea.
What?
Do you have a canned stored bubble tea? I thought the bubbles broke down eventually. Strawberry in a can.
So we're trying to find something not too sweet.
I think it's a Bean Breeze Goodness. It's going to be your not too sweet one.
Honestly, I cannot tell. The most like mini fridges that I ever knew of were like in nurses' room, like nurses' stations specifically, or like nurses' work areas.
Yep.
Or like their specific like cafeteria area.
All right, guys. Well, we are at time, so in the next one, we're going to decide what drink we should get her.
Yes. So thank you very much for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon. We got some links in the description down below. Also, if you're having a good time with us, please feel free to also share our videos. It really helps a lot. Other than that, though, I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you.
Bye!